Hi guys, and welcome to another edition of Zupo's SEO Talking Tea. Today's conversation. Your SEO will grow as fast as your site grows. This is a really important conversation because I feel like when it comes to SEO, what often inhibits a lot of companies from growing their SEO presence is the growth rate of their own site. So before we begin that conversation, though, it's an important one, and I can go on and on about it. I want to introduce the tea before I forget. Today we have a green tea that was gifted to me from my dad. He decided a couple of years ago, actually a handful of years ago now, to go back to China to reconnect with our ancestors, family, and everything like that. We've been quite removed from that family for generations, so he wanted to go back to China with his father to go visit, and they ended up buying some of this green tea, and he gifted me some of it too. So thank you to my dad, and we're gonna be brewing some green tea now and chatting about SEO. So the reason why I want to talk about your SEO grow as fast as your site grows is because what often happens is I will work with companies where if they're new to SEO, they'll be excited, they'll be starting with something new, and they'll pick 1 to 3 to 5 keyword groups that they want to rank for. Now, once we've established those 3 to 5, usually what's exciting is in the beginning, everyone's kind of all bought in, and everyone wants to be a part of the process. So we're building new pages, we're adding new content, we're going out there doing digital PR, getting links. And often what happens, and this is a good thing, by no means is it bad. Um, we start ranking for keywords, and that's great. Usually we start ranking on the first page for different keyword groups. We essentially start hitting our goals. But oftentimes, what I find is a bottleneck is the future, where once we have a site or a company that's starting to rank for different keyword groups on the first page and even on the top spots, what we can often find is that once we finish those off, we start going for new keyword groups, and that's where this lesson really takes shape. What can often happen with companies is after they get their first SEO wins, they would now rank for 3 to 4 to 5 different keyword groups. They choose 3 to 5 more that they're trying to go for. They want to grow and grow. But when they choose the next 3 to 5, what can often happen is the content dies down a little bit, and the site growth dies down because the reasons may be many, but maybe the excitement isn't there. There's other concerns that have popped up. They've branched out to new marketing, and so that new marketing also has their own requirements. Whatever the case may be, what you cannot fall victim to is, because of the content and links you've built to rank for those 3 to 5 keyword groups, it does not automatically mean that same level of content and link building at that same level, like you didn't add anything more, will help you rank for 3 to 5 additional keyword groups. To rank for 3 to 5 additional keyword groups, you need to add more content and more links to your site. Your site must grow to the pace of what you want your SEO to grow. So if you've ranked for 3 keyword groups and now you're happy, you ranked on the first page, but now you want to go for 3 more, that 3 more keyword groups needs its own library of content, specific SEO, semantic SEO content, links driven to those sections of the site, keywords added to headings for, and those in new pages that address those keyword groups you're trying to rank for. All that needs to be built, because everything you did for the first 3 keyword groups, all that content, pages, SEO tags, link building, were for those 3 keyword groups. But now if you're trying to branch out to 3 more, what can happen is that all your SEO is geared toward these 3. It's not geared toward those additional 3. So now you need to, spread your SEO out more. But the thing is, you don't want to spread your SEO too thin. And here's the big mistake: if you try to go for 3 more keyword, let's say you go for 3 more keyword groups, and you start changing SEO tags on current pages. Well, now actually you're shifting your SEO from the 3 you're already ranking for to the 3 new ones, and that can be a problem. So you can lose rankings. So that's the thing. This is where SEO gets a little bit more complicated, in that you have the 3 you're already ranking for. You need to maintain that. You need to secure that. You need to ensure that you can fight off your competitors and stay on the first page. But if you're also trying to expand to other keyword groups, you need to continue to do more work to get those additional 3. It's like any, basic military strategy 101. If you have home base and you want to go attack another base, you need to have your army and leave. Now, if you do that, you leave your home base unguarded. So what do you have to do? You need to split up your forces. Now, you don't want to spread too thin, because you don't want half your forces in your home base to be too little, and your attacking force in the attack for the second base be too thin either. So what do you have to do? You need to grow your army, right? So that in that case, then you can send an army out with one in the home base. So I apologize if military tactics doesn't really float your boat in the sense of how you understand things. Growing up, I read a lot of these like military strategy books, so that's how I visualize it. But I hope that kind of illustrates, if you're trying to really expand the scope of your SEO, that the site needs to grow too. That means content, link building abilities, and pages on the website. All of that really needs to grow in order to meet the requirements of ranking for certain keyword groups, especially if you're adding more and more keyword groups to your scope. All right. So what to take away with this? If you're really successful with SEO and you're trying to grow more and more keyword groups, you need to continue to add more resources to your website to go alongside the SEO. The more keyword groups you're going for, the more content and more links that will be needed to your site. Therefore, you need to make sure that you plan for that. Nothing's more frustrating than getting that first victory. Hey, yeah, we ranked for 3 to 5 keyword groups, and then now we have 3 to 5 more we're trying to rank for, but for some reason we're just not moving as quickly. It's oftentimes because people get complacent, companies stop making new content, they stop getting new links, and they just won't move at that same pace. Right. So hopefully that will help you in understanding SEO. This is something I feel very strongly about. I deal with a lot of companies who they can kind of like leave these SEO tasks and resources onto the side after a while, and it can really get in the way of SEO efforts. So I encourage you, when you're doing SEO and you're trying to go for more and more growth, always understand SEO cannot grow just magically. It has to grow with your website's growth as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour my tea out, guys. Hopefully that was helpful and valuable. If it is, please like and subscribe, and hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks, everybody.